Hello everyone, Pony Warrior here, and today I am remaking my modding tutorial for Aegis because the previous tutorial was just bad and it's been forever since I made it. So today we're gonna see how to install mods for Aegis, and before we start, I need to mention that the Aegis modding Discord exists. So here it is. If you have any question about modding, run into any issues, that's the best place to go by far. There's a channel called Install Help. If you have problem installing mods, just make a post here. And as you can see, we've been able to help tons of people already. Alright, so that was it about the modding Discord. So now, Aegis mods, where do you get them? You get them at Nexus Mods, which I'm gonna show right now. Nexus Mods, Aegis. And bam, Aegis Nexus. There we go, mods for Aegis. So that's where you get them. Now, before we install mods, we need to find our Aegis game folder. To do that, there's two methods. First one is only for Steam, and second one is for everything else. So if you are on Steam, like I am, you just go to your library, go to Aegis, right click, manage, browse local files. And that's gonna pop right there. There we go. So that's the Aegis game folder. Now, if you're not on Steam, what you need to do is open your task manager with Control Shift Escape, and then you want to start your game from whatever launcher you have. So here I'm gonna show you on Steam. Play. So when you do that, Aegis is gonna show up in the apps here. But for some reason it isn't. Okay, there it is. So you wanna right click on it, open file location. You do that, and you end up in this folder called x64. You just wanna go back one level, and that's the same place I showed you before. Now, if you are on Mac or Linux, on Mac, you also have a task manager to do the same, but the shortcut is Control Alt Delete. And on Linux, well, that's gonna depend on your distribution, but most ones gonna have System Monitor, and you can do the same. So that's it to find your game folder. Once we have that, we need an important thing, which is Mod Importer. You can get that on Nexus. It's right here. Most downloaded mod. Well, it's not a mod, but anyway. You want to go to Files, and here we have 4 versions. One for each OS and a Python version. The Python version, it has this many downloads only because my last tutorial only mentioned this version, because at the time that was the only one that existed. But you don't have to use it. In fact, I actually recommend you just get the one for your OS and only use this one if you're a developer. So I'm on Windows, I'm gonna download the Windows version. There we go. Now I open the archive and I go to my content folder inside Aegis. And here you want to drop the mod importer. I already have it extracted, so I'm gonna replace. So that's good. Second thing you want to do is create the mod folder. I already have it and the stuff inside, so I'm not gonna delete it. So you just make a new folder and you name it mods with a capital M. That's important. Alright, so we have that. We have a mod importer. We have a mods folder, and now we can actually install mods. So for this video, I'm gonna install Codex Menu because it's my mod, and of course I'm gonna plug it because why would I not, right? So I'm gonna download it, bam, and as you can see, it tells me it requires an additional file and it's mod utility. Now, important thing about mods in Hades is that like 90% of them, maybe even more, are gonna require mod utility. So you absolutely need to install it. Otherwise, your game is not gonna work. Alright, so I'm getting Codex Menu, and right after I'm gonna get mod utility. And what I just mentioned about mod utility is the most common mistake people make. Like, that's the number one issue people report in the Discord is they didn't install mod utility and their game doesn't work. Alright, so I have my two mods. So I'm gonna open the archive. So as you can see in the archive, there's just a single folder, and you want to drop that in your mods folder like this. So I have Codex Menu and mod util. Now to install the mod, all you need to do is run mod importer. Alright, as you can see, it ran with no issues. You can close it. And now if I start my game, we're gonna see that the mod is installed. Alright, open my codex, and there we go, commands. I have Codex Menu installed. As you can see, it works, no issue. Alright, so now we know to install mods, and second thing you need to know is how to uninstall mods. So, whichever mod you want to get rid of, you want to delete its folder. So here I'm gonna just delete both, which is basically all my mods. Oh yeah, just a quick mention, those two folders, just ignore them. Alright, so I deleted my two mods. And what you need to do now is just run mod importer again. It's gonna say it didn't do anything, but it actually just restored your game to before you install mods. Alright, so now I run my game again. And once we load the save, we will be able to see that no mods are installed. Yep, no commands. So it is uninstalled. And that's it. That's how you install and uninstall mods for Hades. It is this simple. Like, really, no problem about it. Alright, so that's the end of the video. If you only came here for installing mods, which we probably are. And now I'm just gonna mention a few things before ending the video. So first thing I want to mention is the what we call old format mods. The most popular of which is this one, the Generous Bridge Broker. Those mods are the first few mods that were made for Hades, and they are extremely outdated. They use a format which replaces the game's base files. So what that means is if the game gets updated, which it did a lot, the version when the file was made is the version you are replacing your game file with. So if your game is version, let's say 10, and the file is version 9, if version 10 had a change in that file, which is, well, expected most of the time, then that file is probably gonna break the game, which it currently does. So please do not install them, because there's always an equivalent new format mod which does not break your game. like Generous Threadrocker, you're gonna install it just to get a ton of resources. You can do that with Codex Menu. So just install Codex Menu instead. Alright, second thing is I did not show how to do manual installation in this video, and that's because I just can't recommend it anymore. There's just no reason not to be using Mod Importer. So yeah, just use Mod Importer and don't install mods manually. You're just gonna mess up and get issues down the line. So yeah, Mod Importer all the way. And last thing I want to mention is just Hades modding Discord. As I said at the beginning of this video, if you have any issue, any question, please come here, ask us, and we will answer. Sometimes it may take half a day for us to answer because, well, we're busy, you know, like normal people, but we will answer your question. And that's it. I hope you liked the video and I hope you have a nice day. See ya.